How's the new offense felt for you? Have you liked it?
Yeah, I love it. I feel like now, at first it was like a little struggle, but now it's coming together and it's looking good. I like the Sunday system.
How is it different than what you guys were doing?
I think it's just we're more organized and we pay more attention to details. And like Coach Fish is a great coach. Coach Doherty, all them, I knew coaches are great. So that's the difference. It's like almost the same, but just more details and stuff.
How would you say you've gotten better since last season?
I pay attention more on the little details. Last season kind of left the fundamentals of things and little things alone, and it kind of got away from me. But this year I'm more focused on that and honed in on the details.
Coach Moore was saying that you sometimes in the past had a problem with overtraining. After practice, you'd go to the track or something like that. How did you kind of fix that and maybe silence the desire in your head to get extra work in?
I go to the track when nobody's looking. I mean, that's been the thing with me and Coach Moore and all the staff. They always think I overwork, but I mean, to me, that's just how I roll. Like, that's how I did my whole life. I always just on the go. I tell Coach Moore that's like my therapy. Like going out and working out and doing stuff, active stuff. I just like to do that. But this year, we agreed that I would just like do more treatment stuff and stuff to like for my body and the recovery instead of actually going out and doing, like you said, intense workouts after practice and on off days and stuff.
How tough was last season for you personally, just knowing some of the struggles that the offense had, you being one of the older guys on the team?
It was extremely tough. I mean, I was frustrated a lot last year, but honestly, we moved on. I moved on. Left last year, and I'm ready for this year.
And what's it been like to finally have Josh back and start working with him again?
I mean, it's great. I mean, because he's a great quarterback, and see him out here slinging it and throwing it how he is. It's like it's fun actually. It's fun to watch and fun to be a part of.
You worked with Jed previously. Yeah. How much has that helped your transition here?
It's helped a lot. I mean, coming in for me, it was seamless. Knowing again the expectation level, most importantly, and the standard that we have for all the players, and obviously from an X&O standpoint too as well. Just having being comfortable and all that, being able to teach it from day one with the players. Was great.
You join a new program. How much do you familiarize yourself with what they did last year, just to kind of know what you have to work with?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, when I first got here, I didn't want to just dive into the tape right away to have any preconceived notions before I really got to know the guys, be around them in the meeting rooms. Obviously, before we came out here in practice, it was all meeting room based. You do take a peek at it, just to kind of know some of the past, some of the history, some of the issues maybe that are out there, and try to address those and get better at it. You just can't just turn a blind eye to it. But at the same time, it's a fresh start. It's a fresh start for all the guys, and they knew that. And we made that clear to them. And it's based on merit. It's based on what we see every day, and the guys that can consistently do it right and be reliable guys on the field, in the classroom, all those different things, will be the guys that we go with. So.
Coach Fraley said last year he looked at the film from not only the games but the spring camp and the fall camp as well to evaluate the guys who didn't get into the game. Did you do that to make up for the lack of tape on some of the other backup receivers? Or did you
Yeah. Like I said, it's not something I dove into right away, right off the bat, because I wanted to form my own opinions on guys. But yeah, I went back and watched some spring ball, some fall camp, just to gather more data. Just gather more information on certain guys, and again, more or less, just to maybe look at some of the issues that have happened in the past and try to correct them.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
How would you describe the backup battle right now and how it's going?
We all come out here every day and compete. The quarterbacks are some of my best friends, so we're always learning from each other. We're always competing, asking questions. So right now, me and Devon are kind of going back and forth with Josh already at 1. But there's not going to be a day where we don't stop competing.
How would you say your style difference is different from Devon's?
I would say I'm more of a pocket passer, and Devon's like that quick agility kind of quarterback who can get out of the pocket and make throws on the run. But we both can run, we both can throw, so.
What was the biggest lesson you learned last year as a redshirt?
The biggest lesson, probably just that transition to college, learning from Josh and being able to travel around. Always learning from Josh because there's always something new that comes up in practice or different plays. So just trying to pick his brain a little bit.
And in what ways have you progressed most since you arrived?
I would say knowledge. The game's a lot faster out here, and from high school to college, it's a lot faster. So just picking up that, being able to see defenses before they get into what they're actually doing. So that's probably the thing I've learned the most.
Mechanically, have you done any tweaks? Anything?
I've been trying to stop loading so much on my back foot and keeping a shorter but up top arm motion instead of dropping my shoulder. So I've been working on that. I worked over it during the off season. So I'm not really thinking about it right now, but definitely once spring ball's done, I'll get back to working on that, changing my motion up a little bit.
Did you have a specific quarterback coach you worked with on that stuff?
Yeah, Warren McCarty back in Colorado. I worked with him since sophomore year, and we're kind of still working on to get that throwing motion changed.